Morning, Rock Hill. Pastor Kyle here with the Monday morning sermon recap. We had a great weekend yesterday as 4 little babies got dedicated, and then we also finished up our Gospel Identities series. The last identity of the 5, worshiper, family, servant, witness, and then learner. We talked about learner being the key to Christian maturity. And really 2 words kind of encapsulate what the Christian life is about: resting and striving. These 2 words come out really clearly, these ideas come out really clearly in Philippians 3 as Paul shares about both his story, but then also pressing on in maturity. And so what I've found is that sometimes it's easy to rest in the gospel and what Jesus has done for us and our righteousness being in him. Sometimes it's easy to strive and write a plan and work really hard and press on and take hold of that for which Christ took hold of us. But often it's hard to hold those things in tension, that I'm resting while I'm striving, that I'm striving while I'm resting, rather than being like a pinball machine bouncing back and forth between the 2. But Christian maturity is really found in both of those things, that our striving doesn't do it doesn't do any good at all until we rest in the gospel. But then upon resting in the gospel, we strive to become more like Jesus, our Savior. We strive to obey God because we know that's where life is found. We strive to obey God because we desire to please him. And so this picture of maturity is that we are this and that we are becoming this, that we are to strive to become who we already are. And so the identity of a learner should characterize our life. We are always in process. We are becoming these things, and we are these things. And so as a Christian, I just am wondering, how are you learning? What's your plan for growth and for learning? Do you have a Bible reading plan? Are you a part of a city group? Have you connected with 1 or 2 other close friends in a DNA type friendship or group format where you're going deep and everything's fair game to talk about? You see, as Christians, we're called to do this together, and we're called to strive to take hold of that for which Christ has taken hold of us. And the way we do this is by setting our mind not on earthly things, but on heavenly things, reminding ourselves that our true citizenship is in heaven, and that our future is that of resurrection, when Jesus will come and make all things new. And so what God has done in Jesus Christ, he will one day do in us. And so those are kind of the driving forces of a Christian, that we set our minds on heavenly things, and we rest and we strive in the gospel. If you're looking for a little bit more content, welcome you to check out the sermon. They'll be online. You can also subscribe on iTunes to the podcast.